Well, as you can tell from the backdrop, I am back home after a while, and we are here for day 48 of the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi. If you'd like to sponsor a day or a week of Arukh HaShulchan Yomi, please contact me. We are doing today Siman Lamed Aleph Siv Gimel, the Siman Lamed Beis Siv Gimel, Lamed Aleph Gimel to Lamed Beis Gimel, and Lamed Aleph Gimel. Umao os. What is the os of Shabbos? But Rashi before the Etzema Shabbos, who os Shabbos itself is an os. The Zelosh and Rashi, excuse me, his language of Rashi says, "Hein Atzman os bein Hakadosh Baruch Hu ben Yisrael." These are themselves a os between Hakadosh Baruch Hu and Am Yisrael, meaning that the Ksiv ki os b'nei b'neichem and b'nei b'nei Yisrael he os he liolam. Not sure what language of Shehein Atzman os bein Hakadosh Baruch Hu Yisrael. I think it's Hu Atzman should be, or He Atzman, because it's talking about Shabbos. But even the two psukim here, it's a sign between me and you. The essence of the day is the os. It says, I think third time or that's the Arukh HaShulchan is quoting the Orzera. Simatavku Peitas Kosik Yotu Shabbos Yom Tovim. Shabbos Yom Tovim are precluded from filling chain atzmam os. They themselves are os perish Rabbein al Yokim. The Chsiv, because it says Ben you Ben Yesos he. Inan acher. Another pshat shehein gufan os. Again, this language of gufan. Shenor sambation. The umala b'schuro mochichim shneim m'shenochim bohem. The river Sambation, the legendary river between Teresa's Shvatim and the rest of the world, which the rest of the week spews up stones on Shabbos it rests. And Maleh B'Schuro is a way of performing a fortune telling, and that does not work on Shabbos. It only works on weekdays. Gufan os. The Chsiv ki osi b'ni u'ben b'nei Yisrael. Again, I'm not sure why it keeps saying it gufan. Shabbos Yontif. Maybe that's why. Because it's about Shabbos and Yontif, not just Shabbos. Hein Atzman is going on Shabbos and Yontif. Shabbos Yontif Achasem. The Gam Yontif Nikol Shabbosom. Because Yontif is also called Shabbosom. Hein Machos Shabbos. In other words, even though the Psukim themselves only pertain to Shabbos, nevertheless, the Os is true about Yontif as well. As we saw in C base, it also came Machos Shabbos, which it says about being a sphere of Omer. Kavan al Yontif Barishon Shal Pesach, going the first day of Pesach. So Pesach is also called Shabbos. Shapura says that Yontif is also called Os because by Pesach it says the word Os, and all the Moadei Hashem are linked to each other in Parshas Emor. Back to Arukh HaShulchan, B'taisis Rosh Kosov Yesh Lomar, O the Isur Asiyas Melacha Nikra Os, maybe the prohibition from doing Melachos called Os, O Matzah BePesach, the rituals of Pesach B'Sukkos. Now, if you're Chol HaMoed, ramifications could be in terms of Chol HaMoed. If you hold that Isur Asiyas Melacha only applies to Yontif proper, if you hold it applies to the Matzah or the Sukkah, that applies to Chol HaMoed as well. Now, when she's supposed to down, that's Arukh HaShulchan is going to explain the nafkamina in the next if. Of our okay, because the Oshel Tzias Mitzrayim Avios. The Os is the focus on the Tzias Mitzrayim. Naturally means the verbal focus or the theological focus. In any event, V'zel b'Shabbos and Tefillin, that's true about both Shabbos and Tefillin, about Zechel Tzias Mitzrayim. In the brackets, the Arukh HaShulchan says, "V'lachein," and therefore Mila Amshi Os, Ein Yotzim B'zeh HaOs. Even though Mila is an Os, that's not sufficient to be Doich Tefillin. They should Ein Os Shel Yitzias Mitzrayim because it's not an Os of Yitzias Mitzrayim because it preceded Yitzias Mitzrayim by hundreds of years. Ayin Shab. V'yesh Me'akadmoinim, some of the ancients wrote, Shekos for the Os Mila Hu Os. The sign of Mila is a sign. Rakshkol Adam Tzarich Yosel of Shnei Osos. But everybody has to have 2 osos. Obviously, it doesn't apply to females because they don't testify. So males have to have 2 edim, which is the milah and another os, tefillin or Shabbos or Yontif. Therefore, on a weekday it's milah and tefillin, and Shabbos Yontif have a milah of os shel Shabbos v'Yontif. And Shabbos Yontif it's the milah and the os of Shabbos and Yontif. Dalit. Bedin tefillin b'chol hamoed, which is of course one of the great controversies in Klal Yisrael. But Shas and Rif Rambam Los Galejim Chai but tefillin lav. They're never mentioned in Talmud or in the Rif and the Rambam where they're chayv tefillin. First pasuk the chayv tefillin. The Rosh, who's the third of the triumvirate of poskim, which upon whom the Beis Yosef relies, says that chayv tefillin mishum the os is malacha, because the os is the malacha. Chol moed mutar min hatoira and chol moed yilatu malacha. Either Raisa, Chen pasuk Mordechai, because it's got Maram and Rudenberg pasuk Cain. Can we borrow Taisus who's smart for Sefer Tshuva Paskul and Yechbul Bracha? So they all paskin to put on of the tefillin on Chol Moed without a bracha. Of the Taisus come stop him. The Taisus seem to be unsure about this in several places. Of Aaron because of the Chayav a Pirushalmi per Gimel Moed Cotton. They say you're Chayav because Yerushalmi prefer per Gimel Moed Cotton, where Taka says. I recall this because I learned this recently that there's Chayav tefillin Chol Moed. And that is the minhag ayin sham. Farash ba tshuva pasak the potter. Okay, so the question, of course, is going to be one of methodology. When the Rambam and Rif don't paskin something, and the Rosh does paskin something, is that considered to be, well, the Rosh paskin, even the Rambam and Rif don't speak about it, and therefore one would have to go after the Rosh? Or since Rambam and Rif are silent, so therefore it's a silent majority of 2 against 1, and therefore you would not have to put on the tefillin and chol moed. So going on, the Rashba evidently is the first major Rishon to say in a tshuva the pasuk of the patim shum melechas chol moed asur min haTorah, because melech of chol moed is asur min deraisa. In other words, only certain melechas are mutar chol moed, not all melechas. Because it's shkam arayvit, so became right. So right there also it is. Chen it's a bemis arayvit, but sever tmim deim. V'chein kosav b'shem ha'taisus ayin sham. So in fact there is a arayvit like that, and ostensibly there's a taisus. Just not Avil Taisus Shalom, for any Lonim Tzagain, our Taisus doesn't appear. Taisus Kosu B'Chayka, Kosu the Hag, the Ba'alachas Gedolos, who's time the Goinim, Oisanichem B'Chomoy, he forbids one of the Chomoy, Einsham B'Hag, the Shelfonenu, but however in our Ba'ag, Lonim Tzazeh. V'Apia Zor, Kosu B'Ism Shlosalanicham, based on the Zor, the place not to put him on. So the Beis Yosef, obviously holding that the silent majority of the Rambam and the Rif overrides the Rosh. For Rabbeinu Ramah pasak sheish l'nicham yaseh bracha b'lachash. The Ramah says to put him on, make the bracha silently, he's not being zayin of chol moed, obviously. V'chol Sfaradim ein menichim. None of the Eidotim Mizrach put in for chol moed. Chol Ashkenazim menichim. All Ashkenazim are put on tefillin. Obviously, this is historical. But now the minhag is to put it on without a bracha altogether, and that's appropriate. Mr. Brewer says that you should think before that hanacha. If I'm mechuyev, I'm putting on l'shem mitzvah, and if not, I'm not putting them on l'shem mitzvah. And that night works according to everybody. Back Arukh HaShulchan. Several of the Gedolei Achronim write Zelm about the Zelmer B'Ko. You should take his own position. And now, therefore, everybody should follow his own minute. Now they're many among the Ashkenazim, according to those who follow the Gra and the Hasidim, and all Ashkenazim in Eretz Yisrael, who don't put on the tefillin at all. Some places are still makbid on this. Most of the, I think, yeshivas are, but some shuls, that not to have 2 minhagim in the Beis Medrash. Why? Because of lotis godu, lo tasu agudas, not to make separate groups. I think most shuls are not makbid on this anymore. Long brackets here. Vima os hu malacha. If the os is the work for prohibition of malacha, totally melechas chol moed the raisa the rabbanon. Obviously, it depends whether malacha chol moed is the raisa or the rabbanon. Himos mitzvah v'sukkah. The os is matzah sukkah. If the os is the matzah or the sukkah, obviously you're pater chol moed. Those who karash or for azura itzumel shel yoyim. It's the day itself. So it's not the malacha, not the ritual. So what would be the status? Near the chayiv. It says that in that respect, if that was the case, it'd still be chayiv. Because that Mishkas Yaakov, Simon Lamed Zayin, the second time go to Mishkas Yaakov, I'm not 100% sure about that, who was a predecessor of the Arukh HaShulchan as a Chav in the Vardak. Nevertheless, if Shalom might the commotion beyond the Lamatzin Shlashon Os Mefurish Ela Kushem Kishabas, even though we I think Mishkas Yaakov was Rav in the Vardak. Maybe think the Gali Maseches. Okay, I'm not sure. No offense. Again, sorry. We don't find the concept of os explicit by Yartiv. We only find that it is like Shabbos, right? It is a kid like Shabbos. Like Chomoy Kain, perhaps Chomoy is also like this. Mishum Kol Elo Yamin, you make Kedusha, because all these days are days of Kedusha. V'chein l'rokeach the osu yitzias Mitzrayim. So the Kohen rokeach that the osu is Mitzrayim. V'adai shayach zeh b'chol hamoed. This certainly applies to Chol hamoed. Shei b'musaf omrim zecher l'tzias Mitzrayim. Musaf of Chol hamoed we say zecher l'tzias Mitzrayim. V'ein lachriya b'zeh. Masha'oimed b'rumo shel olam. Arukh HaShulchan is fascinating conclusion, which is very un-Arukh HaShulchan like. He says, I'm not going to make a determination on this. This is something which is one of the great issues of the world. And both these are those the words of living God, or these are those are the living words of God, depending how you translate that phrase. And Tefillin Chol Hamoed is left up in the air. Essentially, nobody puts on Tefillin Chol Hamoed in Eretz Yisrael. I think that even though there is a concept doing B'tzina, most people do not do B'tzina. Of course, no Sfarim, Eidot Mizrach do, and even Ashkenazim. I think it's very, very rare that it's found, if at all. In Chutz La'aretz, as the years go by, I think fewer people put on Chutz La'aretz, but being stuck as a Yeka, I do put on Tefillin Chol Hamoed Chutz La'aretz and do without a bracha. Lama base. Now we're talking about Dinei Ksivasan, what are the laws of writing tefillin. What they're written and how they're written. Aleph. Mitzvahs tefillin sheichtov arba parshios elu. The mitzvah tefillin is to write the 4 parshios. Kadesh li b'chor ar miyamim yamimam, which is Shmos Yud Aleph to Yud. Vayakiv yachah ar b'chozik yaretz tzeni Hashem in Mitzrayim. That's there. Psukim Aleph to Tes Zayin. Parsha Shema Ab Yisharech. That's Dvarim Vav Dal to Tes. Vayan Shema ad Oretz. That's Dvarim Yud Aleph Yud Gimel to Chav Aleph. V'shalosh kosim kol parsha b'klaf ifnei atzmo, and the shalosh write each one its own klaf. V'shal yad kosim kulam al klaf echad, and the shal yad write all of them on one klaf. The Mishnah Berurah says the kol zarak l'chatchila. Okay, the Simon Zion is going to become clear that this is l'chatchila, and then be the evidence. It's not the case. Let's tune in. 15 sim on him from here. But tie back to Arukh HaShulchan. But time mechilta. So Parshas Bo. The mechilta at the end of Parshas Bo writes that a custom shalok sidra. If you write them out of order, yignozu. In other words, you have to all tefillin has to be in one continuous order. You can't go back and change something after you wrote it. There are 3 things involved in what the palm of Shloka Sidron is. Echad al makom. One is on the place. Sheyismich b'shal yad shma etzel kadesh chayotze b'zeh. That is in the order of the parashas in the shal yad, which is one more cloth, should be according to the proper order. Shma by kadesh, etc. Chem b'shalosh hiniach shma etzel kadesh. And so do by Shema also, in the Shorosh, the Shema should be next to, adjacent to Kadesh. Pashenis, the other is Aktivas of Parshas. Ma'ashkosa v'yakim yachah kodem l'Kadesh. If you write v'yakim yachah before Kadesh, Pasul, it's Pasul. Shetzorach lichtov ha'seir shibam, has to be written in specifically order which we explained. L'chenim nifsla parsha achroina, chayzer v'kosa. So if the last parsha became Pasul, you can go back and rewrite it. I believe the solo showing if the first parsha became possible. Kulam psulos, they're all possible. Klamar lo psul atzmo, not that it's psul puzzle in itself. Ash ein loi milachabron. You can't connect it to any other ones. Because if you write a new one now, it's going to be written chronologically. So that's no good either. You would have to have Parsha which is written before the Kodem HaShlosh Parsha. It's Mechaber because then you can sew it together or put it together and they'd be kosher. The Shabbat writes, if you know certainly that this Parsha, which uses in this place, is written before the other ones, that's good. But if not, it's a suffix that writes the Chumrah, you can't rely on that. The suffix will not help you. Vashlish is the third one. That so far we had the way you write them, the way you put them in, chronology of when you write them, how you put them into the to the batim or into the one cloth which you make out of all four parshas. And now we say shlishish ba'osius. If you made a mistake in one os, you have to erase it or fix it. All of the letters afterwards are apostle ad sof parsha until the end of the parsha. The writing has to be specifically in order. Hakodem, kodem, ha'muchar, the earlier, and the later. Zeu shomer b'yushan berkan megillah ain't tolan betulin mezuzos. You can't make it clear. It's like what we call a carrot. When you write like in the middle of a line, you go, you put a carrot, and you put the word on top, the word you left out. Carrot is the symbol, like an inverted V. And you don't do that because you have to go in order. It's been order. Klomar the Torah im hechsir os achas. In the Torah, if you made a mistake, tolei ben hashitim. You can put it between the lines. Obviously, don't make little carrots in the Sefer Torah. With tefillin and mezuzah ain't okay. So it's not like it was shumsh yesh or lokasin because it's going to be out of order. With dinim elu chamurim with Sefer Torah, and these dinim, the tefillin are more severe than the Sefer Torah because it says vehayu, which we dash in Dvarim Vav Vavayosan Yiyeh. It should be in a proper flow. Come on, a Seder Kafishin Tip the Torah, they should be in the proper order as they are written in the Torah and with all the ramifications of Kesidron which that implies. Beis. Fiza go there according to this im nimchak or niskalka os echad b'parsha. If there became erased or ruined even one os in the parsha, psula it's all possible. So if it's completely erased. We can still tell where it was. Kishera, it's kosher, madira, bekumus, and you strengthen it obviously by writing over it. Vodis barbas, and this will be clarified later on. This is a very long sermon, by the way, 91 sifim. If the ruination is small, the letter is possible, but it can still tell what it was. Yudin shall alpin, such as the two yuds, which comprise the upper right part and lower left part of the aleph, are severed. Nevertheless, looks like an aleph. The takum ksheros, that's okay. You can fix it, and they're kosher. Again, it's going to come up again later in this simon. If there's a slight interruption in the roof of a base, etc. If it's such a small interruption that looks like a base, you can fix the kosher. That's not called shlo kasidron. This will also be clarified later on. Shlo kasidron is also only relevant in when something is missing and not when something is extra. This is the way the Rambam writes it. You have to be careful to write the words precisely with the right letters. If you wrote that which is supposed to include fully a vav or a yud, and you wrote chaser, it's possible. Until you erase the extra letter. Because if you wrote that which is mole chaser, you're missing a letter, then possible there's nothing to be done. But time pashut, the reason is clear. The call yes or can be sheno. Anything which is extraneous, it's as if it's not there because of its superfluity. Therefore, it's not relevant to talk about shlok in that respect. The moko because you can erase in its kosher. For rakish and dactic, but you should be meticulous. The hayeter be'emtza teva, if the extra letters in the middle of the word shlo yehefsek gora be'emtza teva, should not have a great interruption in the middle of the word. Moshecha osakodei mosh achrav, and therefore you extend slightly the letter before, the letter after its kiyachos as best you can. So too, if you wrote an entire extra word, you can erase it and it's kosher. As long as that won't leave a gap the size of 10 small letters. Does puzzle, then it's puzzle should not be having parsha because it looks like you're interrupting in a parsha in the middle. Well, it's going to be explained later on again. Brings that brackets if I've been on time so the hefsek parsha sholosh osios. You know, been a time is machmir on the hefsek parsha. It's even 3 letters. Lo kaimel and kank mush because I'm going to have Ram Sham. This is not the way we hold. Gimel. B'ksivas a parsha shel yav shorosh mi kodem ein kuvadover. Which you write first, the Shayat Shosh doesn't matter. There's no a specific order or not order because they're both equivalent. Some say came the Shosh since the Shorosh, some say that since the Shorosh is more Kaddish than Shayat, Yichtav Shorosh Kaddish, you should write the Shorosh before. He writes the exact opposite. The Talmud read seems his reason. Tefillin Shayat is written in the Torah before the Shorosh. Which the Bur writes that is currently the minute to write the Shayat first. Arukh HaShulchan adds also about the Israeli Tam. It seems he also reasons came Shayat Nichtav Kol Parashas Klaf Echad Moshe Kasavnu. Since they're all one klaf, Mishum the King goes to Torah. Ukshartam li os al yodecha Torah shetia os achas. The reason I think one klaf is because it was to be a solid, unified os. Therefore, in Kana klaf hazeh based sibasa mekudesh yosem we call klaf shorosh. This klaf when it's written is holier than every individual klaf the shorosh. Shem called klaf yosem parsha achas, but there's only in each klaf one parsha. For the ksivas and tefillah ain't a furash. Also, the writing of the tefillah is not explicit. Nichlubak shira. It's included in the time. It says Kshartam Yosaidecha the fellows Beninecha. It doesn't say Ksiva in that pasuk, right? So therefore, you can't come over Nocha Shal Yad Koidem. So just like in the Kshira, the Shad is Koidem. So too in the writing, since neither of them specifies Ksiva, the Ksiva, the Yad is Shal Koidem. Miu Ein Kuvar. Nonetheless, is not an impediment. Perhaps the Torah left out anything about the writing because the order which relative to the Shalyat and Shosh is not an impediment. Mr. Brewer writes that just like the Shalyat is one os on the outside, in other words, it's one solid bias with no gap, no indentations or gaps. So too, it should be one solid clef on the inside, and those two things are linked together.